So this question says you're going from factored form to standard form, then to vertex form. So you're literally converting between all three, but you guys actually know how to do this. So going from factored form to standard form, we're going to FOIL and bed mass. Once we get into standard form, we're going to complete the square and get it into vertex form. Okay, so we're going to end up converting between all three forms of this question. Okay, who can FOIL this question for me? When I get it and multiply this final, let's go. Tegan. Okay. Good. Okay. So I'm going to simplify 3x plus 5x is 8x. So we just went from factor form into standard form. Now we're going to go to vertex form. What are we going to do first? Brackets are the first two terms. What's my A value? 1. So I don't really need to divide it out, so I'm not going to change anything. So it means opening up and I haven't stressed or compressed anything. Okay? So I'm done with step number 2. Step number 3, look at the last term in the brackets. Divided by 2 and square it. So what's half of 8? And what's 4 squared? 16. What am I doing with 16? Good. Number 4, add and subtract that number behind the last term in the brackets. So I'm going plus 16 minus 16 in my brackets. I still have the 15 outside of the bracket by itself. So I added 15 and subtracted 16. Now I want to keep in a trinomial. So what am I doing next? Moving the negative 16 out. What's my A value again? 1. Okay, so what's negative 16 times 1? Just negative 16. Okay, so now we're going to have just a trinomial in the bracket. Bring it out. Negative 16. Okay, what's my shortcut to factor this perfect square trinomial? Okay. Okay. Okay, so what's the square root of x squared? Is this line in the middle? What's the square root of 16? Good. And negative 16 plus 15 is negative 1. Where's my vertex? Negative 4 and negative 1 there. All right, you guys may not appreciate multi-step questions, but it's crazy that you just figured out everything about this parabola. Literally know everything. I go back up to factored form. Where are my x-intercepts? Negative 5 and negative 3. So I look at R and my S values and I just switch the signs and I pull out. So my x-intercepts are negative 5 and negative 3. What's my y-intercept when I look at standard form? Positive 15. And you just told me the vertex is at negative 4, negative 1. And we already said it's opening up and it hasn't been stressed or compressed. You guys literally can tell me everything about this quadratic function. Because you have all of those skills now. Okay? Questions on this one? Okay, we're just going to do one more here. Because word problems tend to add a bit of anxiety or stress by the math question. However, we're still just completing the square. Okay, so let me tell you what this question is asking you. We'll solve it and then we'll interpret it at the end. So the Glassworks company makes lead crystal bowls. They have a daily production cost given by this equation. So they've given their data to some consultant or analytical company, analyze their income, and they come up with this equation. So their daily production cost. Okay? We are trying to find the minimum production cost. If you see the word minimum or maximum, what are you solving for? Okay, vertex. So if you're trying to minimize your cost, that's vertex. If you're trying to maximize your revenue, that's vertex. Okay? So ignore all the word problem for a minute. We're just looking for the vertex. We're going to complete the square. Okay? So looking at this question, let's ignore that's a word problem. Let's just do what we've been doing. We'll analyze it at the end. What's the first step in completing the square? Sasha. Good. I'm going to put brackets around the first two terms, and I'm taking out my a value. In this case, my a value is a decimal. That's okay. Don't worry about it. And actually, I usually try to give you equations that turn out relatively nicely. So just watch what happens for a second. My a value is 0.2. It means it's a wide parabola. Okay. That fraction decimal just tells me it's been compressed. You probably will want your calculators. What's 0.2 divided by 0.2? That's left right here. Good, just x squared. What is negative 10 divided by 0.2? Negative 50. You're going to want to try that on your calculator. So that's going to feel weird. Trying to get negative 10 divided by 0.2. Hopefully you guys all get negative 50. Everyone's this part? When you divide by a decimal, or same thing as divided by a fraction, it gets bigger. All right, what's my next step? Sasha. What's negative 25 squared? Oh, don't square it, square it. 25 times 25. That should be positive. 625. Oh. Your calculator will only keep the negative with the number if you use brackets. So I will put it in brackets like this in my calculation. You do want it to give you a positive number when you square it. So I'm getting 625. Positive. Yeah. Now I'm going to add it and subtract it in my brackets. So I'm going to do y equals 0.2 x squared minus 50x plus 625 minus 625. And then the plus 650 on the outside. That's the next step. Step number 5.
0.2 times negative 625.
Good. Move the negative 625 out, but remember to multiply by 0.2. Do you have that number there, Ron?
Yeah, negative 125.
Negative 125. sorry, I'm out of space there. Negative 125 plus 650 is on the outside. If you guys have been simplifying that all along, go ahead. I need to factor my bracket and simplify outside of the equation. You can factor my trinomial for me. Come on. Come on. What's the square root of x squared? X, the sign in the middle. Okay, and what's the square root of 625? The square root of 625. 25. And negative 125 plus 650, what does that give us? Okay, plus 525. So where's my vertex? $25 and $525. Okay. We're fairly confident getting to this point. Now we just have to figure out how to answer this word problem. I want you guys to look above in the information given to you in this question. What does it tell you the x values represent? The number of holes, and what does y represent? Cost. The question is asking you, how does this company minimize their daily production cost? So I need a therefore statement. How does this company minimize their daily production cost? Sasha.
Therefore, we should make 25 bowls a day.
Good. Therefore, this company should produce 25 bowls a day. Minimize their production cost, daily production cost to $5.25. So word problems in this unit will just rely on one of your skills that you already have. The hard part is then just interpreting